Not exactly how I wanted to do my live tonight, but unfortunately, my computer wanted to crash on me tonight. So, being the dedicated person I am to my audience, I decided to put my phone on the stand and see how it goes. So, bear with me. We'll see who comes in the live tonight. Um, I'll say a few of the things that I did want to talk about excuse me, about Whoopi Goldberg. Um, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. Hit that thumbs up. We appreciate your opinion on lifestyles. We talk about everything. We do a little bit of everything. Um, Art, we cook, we use metal detectors. We talk about politics, relationships, garbage, sex, a little bit of everything. None of that tonight. Um, this is to me about opinion. And, to me, we just don't have one anymore. And it seems like when you are in the public eye and you voice your opinion, people tend to, hey, George, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyle. Salute, my friend. It seems like sometimes people want to oust you or cancel you. We've talked about Dave Chappelle. He didn't let people cancel him. Hey, Shirley, welcome to Lifestyles. Um, but it just seems like nobody has an opinion anymore. You can't, if you're in the public eye, you can't voice your own opinion. You have to agree with the status quo, which to me is crazy. But that's, excuse me, that is what's going on now. And, you just have to watch what you say if you're a part of that whole realm, per se. Just, I don't know. It's crazy. It is crazy. Who was that? What's going on, Miss Lynn? How you doing? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in tonight. Like I said, I didn't mean to do this on my cell phone live, but unfortunately my computer's not acting right. So we're going live anyway, and we're doing what we do. So on Lifestyles, we want you to hit that thumbs up, share the video out. Want to see who comes in the chat tonight. I know it's a work night, but I'm sipping a little Moscato. It's pretty tasty. I'm not going to overdo it, though. I promise. I promise. I got my water. Who else is in the chat tonight? Who else is coming in? Who is coming in tonight? Who's coming in the chat? I don't see anybody else coming in the chat. Now, tonight I want some of my audience that may have not ever came in before. If you're Jewish, could you please come in? Uh, it's okay to agree to disagree. What's going on, Lady Gwendolyn? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in. Um, I've never thought that uh, two people's two races um, tragedies were worse than one another's, one or each other's. But um, you just have to look at what it is. Is what it is. Both of them were terrible acts. Slavery was a terrible act. The Holocaust was terrible, absolutely terrible. Um, and sometimes it seems as if you can say accidentally or whatever you want to say. You can say it about African American people, but you cannot say um, anything about Jewish people on an accident. You can't say um, anything that they take offense to. Then they really are up in arms, and they mean business when they do it. Let's see, let me scoot this up a little bit. And so, yeah, I mean, it baffles me how everybody can accidentally say things about African American people, and they'll say they misspoke, but no, there's no recourse, there's no discipline, there's nothing that happens after that. What's going on, Miss Shay? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Good to hear from you. Appreciate you. I want to see who else comes in the chat tonight before we really dive into it. They want to suspend Whoopi for hey Tierra, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. They want to suspend Whoopi Goldberg. They've already suspended her for 2 weeks from The View for the comment that she made that offended the Jewish people. Miss Glenda Woods, welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate that. And I want to know, if how you feel about that, and why again why is it that people can say whatever they want to say about African American people, any other race, and it's just a slap on the wrist. They don't get suspended. They don't get in trouble. But if anybody says anything about a Jewish person, um, it's lights out for them. They'll lose their job. They make okay. My light went out. Hold on, people. We'll just turn on the regular light and see how that looks. Okay. It's a little bit different. Let's see. It's a little bit different. Let's see if I can get this ring light back on. Okay. So we got the ring light back on. That's a lot better. Okay. So, like I said, it just seems like everybody can say whatever they want about African American people, and there's no recourse to that. And it's just, it gets a bit frustrating. I feel for Whoopi Goldberg, but Whoopi Goldberg is in Hollywood industry. She's in that industry, so she knows who runs the movie theaters. I mean, not movie theaters. She knows who all the production guys are. She knows who all the producers are, all the directors, the guys that own the studios. So she knows what their ethnicity is. Although she has a Jewish last name, she's not Jewish. She may practice that faith, I'm not sure, but she's not Jewish. So, you know, being in that industry, you have to watch what you say, and you can only say so much. You can't voice your opinion, unfortunately. So, just it just kind of is what it is. Um, who else is coming in chat tonight before we really dive into it and talk? Who's coming in the chat? I want to see who else comes in. Chime in. Just say hello. Peep in and say hey. This is Lifestyles. Who's coming in tonight? Who's going to come in? Who's going to say hello? And just say hello to the family. Okay. So I wanted to look exactly on the comment that Whoopi made that was supposedly, anti-Semitic. Um, but if I recall, it was something to the effect that she said the Holocaust was not about race, but about inhumanity, or something to that effect, and that offended a lot of Jewish people, whether you feel it's about race or inhumanity. What's going on, Tracy? What's happening? Welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in. Hey, 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 hey. Um, so yeah, that was her comment. It was a little longer than that, and it's on my phone. But since I'm videoing on the phone, unfortunately, I can't pull it up. So that's okay. Um, the word anti-Semitic. I want to give you the meaning to that because I hear it a lot. I'm sure you hear it a lot, and it's supposedly against Jewish people when you say something anti-Semitic. It's meaning hostile or prejudiced against the Jewish people, is what they had said. I said race, so people or race or whatever. Hostile or prejudice. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? Hey, Terry, welcome to Lifestyles. Haven't we, as a people, got that for over 500 years now? Um, Again, I don't like to compare um, tragedies, but African American people are still going through terrible tragedies, and nobody says anything about it. We don't have a hate crime bill. We don't have anything like that. So, and we've been hated against for, we haven't been considered a man for a certain amount of years, or human beings. So, um, people really, I've got my own opinion on that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that she should be suspended for 2 weeks. What's going on? Hey, what's happening? I don't think that she should be suspended for 2 weeks. It doesn't make sense to me. She didn't say anything disrespectful to the Jewish race or the Jewish people. So, it's just those are the people that run everything. So it's just, okay, what'd you say, lady? Miss Gwendolyn? Absolutely. I agree. Now, I agree on that. I don't think it was just about race. But again, I've never thought about it that deep. I did watch the Anne Frank story when I was a young guy or a young kid in school, elementary school. I remember watching the Anne Frank story. It's a good movie, good story, good book. Uh, but again, African American people have been through a tremendous amount of pain and torture. Miss Cheryl Mays, what's going on? Welcome to Lifestyles. Um, and we're still going through the same things that we went through in the 50s and 60s and 70s, being hung, and everything is not on the news, being killed and beaten, maimed. I don't believe in anybody should be hurt because of their race. Um, but we go through a lot, you know. Absolutely, Glenda. She just voiced her opinion, and uh, what's wrong with opinions anymore? Opinions like, "Hey, what's going on, sister? How you doing? Welcome to Lifestyles. I love you too." That's my sister, everybody. Greet my sister Sky. She's in the building. What's happening? Peace on the West Coast. All right. Love you, sister. Um, yeah, but it's just an opinion, and it doesn't seem like anybody has an opinion. You cannot voice your opinion anymore on anything. You can't say anything. You can't. You have to just. You have to agree with everybody, and that just you can't agree with everybody on everything. That's just not how the life. That's not how life works, unfortunately. But it just seems like now, if you have an opinion, again, if you disagreeing with somebody, that you're considered a hater. So, what do you do? What do you do? Where's Abandoned Boys at? Where's Abandoned Boy Gaming? What's going on? Know you out there, my friend. What's happening? Where's my UK people at? I want everybody to start shouting out where they're at. That's the one thing I did want everybody to start doing. Name your city, if you can, please. Start telling me where you're from, where you're at, so I can shout your city out or your state out. I'd love to do that. So tell me where you're from, where you're at. All right, sister. Thank you. Thanks for coming in, and I appreciate you watching tonight. What do you think about Whoopi's opinion? Um, you know, thank you. Thanks, sister. Everybody has an opinion, and what's wrong with your opinion? You know, Miss Cheryl Mays is from Georgia. Let's shout out Georgia. Let's shout out the state of Georgia. All right now. Probably got some real good cooking down there. Thanks for coming into Lifestyles. I need everybody to start shouting out where you're at, where you're from, where you live. so we can so we'll know. Yeah, Gwendolyn, that's my little sister. She's 4 years younger than me. That's my real sister. Yes. Mr. George says, "Hey, Miss Gwendolyn." All right, all right. Uh, Mr. George, what you think about that, though? What do you think about that opinion thing? I mean, how do you feel? I know we've talked about that a lot. We've shared some thoughts and ideas about that. What do you feel about the opinion? That's my thing. What do you feel about that? Naptown in the house. Naptown down. All right now. Where my UK people at? My European people. Where's my European folks at? I know you're out there watching. I know you're a part of my audience, and I want you to start shouting out, even if you don't come in the chat ever. I just want you to shout out one time. Tell me where you're from, and I can shout out your country, your state, your city, and I really appreciate you coming into Lifestyles, and keep on coming into Lifestyles. I appreciate that. All right, Lady Gwendolyn said Brownsburg, Indiana's in the house. All right. Thanks for coming in again, Gwendolyn. We really appreciate that. Um, and I hope everybody liked the art. It came out real good. It turned out really well. It dried very good. It's got a great texture. Both of the pieces, all three of the pieces are done. I've got another one I'm working on, a small piece I'm working on. Um, and yeah, we're getting going back into the art. I haven't done that in a few years. And I'm really feeling myself on the art, and I'm getting some color stuff in my head and some things that I want to do. So yeah, I appreciate you guys loving the art, liking the art. Appreciate that a lot. Where's my other states, my other countries? Where's everybody at? You're watching me, but you're not saying anything. That's what I need you to do. I need you to comment. I need you to speak out and say, "Hey, what's going on, Lifestyles?" There's that light again. Hold on. Alrighty, it's back on. But yeah, I need you to shout out and tell me where you're at, where you're from, so I can shout out your country, your state, your city, and I appreciate you coming into Lifestyles tonight. But what do you think about opinions? We've talked about this before. What do you think about this? I need to know. Hey, what's going on? St. Louis in the house. What's happening, Mr. Nisa? What's happening? Thanks for coming into Lifestyles. We really appreciate that. Um, what is your opinion on that? What do you think? Um, it's becoming crazy because again, everybody can say everything about African American people, but nobody can say anything about anybody else. It's all about us. Um, it's crazy. Indianapolis, Naptown, down. All right now. All right, all right. Arizona, what's going on? Arizona in the house. We got two Arizonians in the house. All right. My sister's in Arizona, and Miss Shay is in Arizona. Thanks for coming into Lifestyles. You could be anywhere else, but you're with Lifestyles tonight now. All right. Thanks for coming in. Las Vegas, Miss Shirley, West Coast. All right. That's by Arizona. Okay. We got some West Coast people in the house tonight. We got some Midwest people in the house. Where my European people at? Where my down south people? We had one Georgia in the house. All right. Thanks for coming into Lifestyles. Thank you. I agree, George. Totally agree. I totally agree. They're bullies, you know. Nobody can say anything. You can't say a peep about a Jewish person, not negative or anything, just your own opinion. You're not. You don't have to say anything hateful or anything. Just your own opinion can get you ousted, and it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, you know. It's totally a double standard. I agree. Totally. Totally a double standard. Absolutely. It definitely is.
But what are we going to do about it? What can we do about it? We don't own the radio stations. We don't own the TV stations. Absolutely. And what about Joe Rogan? You know, the CEO of Spotify is still standing by him after his racist remarks about black people and being monkeys, coming out of the Planet of the Apes movie and being surrounded around black people, saying they were monkeys. Yeah. So that's how he really feels, and I don't want to hear you got a white friend. I don't want to hear that. I agree with you, Glenn. I totally agree. I agree with you, Shay, completely. Nobody's up in arms about that. He said nigga, 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 and he was saying that black people were monkeys, basically. Hmm. So that's how he felt, but nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. So he can say that black people look like monkeys or are monkeys to him, or apes, coming out of the Planet of the Apes movie. But uh, and everybody still stands by him. The CEO of Spotify, he's getting millions of dollars. Somebody just offered him another 100 million from another platform. So he's doing well. He's doing well. He's good. You know. And honestly, if that came out in the podcast, that's the way he really felt. Period. That's the way he really felt. And you know, it's crazy because, with all due respect, with Jake Prince down south in Texas, um, he said something uh, about Joe Rogan, saying that's his friend and he's not racist. Well, I mean, I disagree. I agree. I don't agree with that. Just because he has millions of dollars doesn't. What does that mean? I just don't agree at all. If he said that, and then if he said some of his best friends are black, what does that mean? Because they all say that. And just because you have a black friend doesn't mean you're not racist. So that's the one thing that sometimes white people don't know. Who's in the chat tonight? Who is in the chat? Who is in the chat tonight? Who is in the chat? Who is in the chat tonight? Where's all my regular people? I don't see you up here tonight. I do not see you. Only a couple of you. Where my rest of my regular people at that are always in the chats with me? Where are you at? This is Lifestyles. You're supposed to be on the chat with me. Where are you at? I guess you're not gonna say anything. That's okay. But yeah, we all have an opinion. You know, it's okay to voice your opinion. No, I didn't get a chance to read it, George. I'm sorry, because it's not stay comes and then it goes, and since I'm not holding the phone, that's the reason why. Sorry about that. You can shoot it to me one more time. People who is a major influence are entitled to their opinion. I agree. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're totally right. Um, the fact that she was married to a Jewish man before, that's really, maybe that's a little bit of favor on her end. I don't know. Um, but you know, she's got the last name Goldberg, and we know that's a Jewish last name. So I don't know. It's it's crazy, but I know I'm getting tired of cancel culture. I'm tired of not being able to have your own opinion, voice your opinion. Um, you have to go back on old emails and old videos you did and make sure you didn't say something that was out of context, that people would take out of context or something like that. It's just so much, so much. We need to go back to the Archie Bunker days when you could say honky, they could say nigga or a coon or whatever, and nobody was offended by it. We all laughed and we all turned the TV off and went to bed. Nobody was offended because that's how people talk sometimes, unfortunately. I agree with you, Cheryl. It doesn't seem like it applies to African Americans. I agree. Um, it seems as if we can't say any damn thing. We don't have an opinion. We really don't have an opinion. If we voice our opinion, it's looked upon terribly. And yeah, so Cheryl, I completely agree with you. Thanks for that. I appreciate your opinion, and I appreciate that comment. That really stood out to me. Um, it's it's ridiculous, and I'm really it's nothing I can do about it. One of these days, I think I may run for some kind of politics. I don't know, but maybe start with city council. But I want to change some things, and I'm tired of. I don't like anybody to be mistreated, but I'm tired of my own people being mistreated and nobody representing us, and nobody wanting to help us. Um, and I'm just tired of it, really. So seriously, I love everyone, but I'm tired of my people being mistreated. Okay, Scott, we should wondering. I think okay. Yeah, absolutely, Shay. I remember. I know we were young, we were little kids, but that shit was funny back then. You know, when they said something about black people, we didn't get offended. We didn't go up in arms. We didn't protest. Shay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, always like I'm tired of hearing people. Whatever. There's that light again. They put the disclaimers yet. I'm always tired of hearing the people like my back and friends, my white friends. You know what, sister? Yeah, let's see. It's every other person, and they are about to include in a story, whatever, to me, to you. Okay. You know what? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. This darn light. I'm not gonna let it get on my nerves. We're not gonna be on here too much longer, but yeah, I just I appreciate everybody's opinion and give me a few more. Um, we just got to stop the offensive shit. It's not it's not offensive to state your own opinion. Period. That's not offensive. So we have got to stop that, and we've got to just we've got to work together. Everybody's got to love each other, respect each other's culture, um, all that stuff. We can do it. We can get along. Um, it's not hard to do. Although some people make it a lot harder because they want everything to be their way and you to be like them, or they don't want to be around you. Unfortunately. Well, for Miss Whoopi, I hope she doesn't. I don't know. I don't think I would go back to the View. I think I would take my own stance and let them buy me out my contract. Okay, George. I agree to a point. Yeah, that's possible. I completely agree. That's possible. But you know, Jewish people got reparated. They got reparations. We've never got anything. Uh oh. We've never got anything. Our ancestors built this country for free. They were promised everything. They didn't get anything when they joined the military and got out of the military. They didn't get their 10 acres and a mule. They didn't any of that. No, we didn't get anything. So all the ancestors and people that are descendants of Africans or African Americans that were slaves, we're all entitled to something because our whole lives could be different right now. And the Jewish people were paid and were reparated. That's the reason why they're in the situations that they're in. I'm not saying all Jewish people are rich, but a good percentage of them are at least well-to-do. Okay, and that's just the way it is. Just the way it is. So we need to work together, own our own banks, own our own businesses again, like it was in the '60s, and just start sticking together, not being jealous and fighting one another. Um, that's the Willie Lynch thing, and that's what was created in Europe to learn how to control slaves and all that stuff. So it makes us jealous of each other. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay, sis. I just know that we could get along and we could work together um, for the greater good. But um, unfortunately, it's just not like that. Absolutely, Gwendolyn. Um, we were freed, but look what we got. We should get whatever we're owed, though, Terry. I mean, period. If we're owed something and our family's owed something, we deserve it. We deserve it because that could have made our lives completely different if we would have had it from birth. And that said, okay, when you're born, you get 5 acres or 10 acres. Wouldn't your life be different and a certain amount of money? I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you, sis. Yeah, yeah. So, the bottom line is that we all have an opinion. It's okay to voice it. Try to keep things respectful as possible. Um, don't disrespect somebody because you have a difference of opinion. Let's see. That's true. We're the only race that was kind of like man-made because we're mixed with black and white, and we're not pure African. Africans from Africa are African, and so we're just different all over the board. We're just completely different. Um, I don't know what to say. We're different. It's hard for us to have an identity. We know who our ancestors are, but we're mixed. Period. We're not just black, and it's just the way it is. Yeah, I agree, Gwendolyn, but they owe us cash money. Period. And I want what's owed to me or what's coming to me. I deserve it. You do too, and your family does too. Period. So it is what it is. That's just how I feel. Um, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to get into that. Hopefully, I'll get my technical difficulties straightened out with my computer. But I did want to go live anyway, um, the best way I could, and it worked out. So yeah, I videotaped myself today. I didn't do too bad. So I appreciate everybody coming in. Hit the share the video out. Thumbs up the video. Um, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. You know, it's not going to cost you. It's not going to cost you anything. Um, we appreciate you on Lifestyles with Eric. You're a part of my journey, and we're doing this together as a family. So, yeah, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Try me out. Try me out. I'm a pretty smart guy. Like I said, I don't disrespect people, but I do have my own opinion on certain things, just like everybody else does, and I appreciate everybody's opinion. I'll listen, and I'll take some advice. I'll even take a topic if you have one at some point. So just let me know, and I appreciate that. Absolutely, sister. I love you. I love everybody. Thanks for coming into Lifestyles. This is Lifestyles with Eric, and I am out. I'll see you guys at the end of the week. We'll do, I'm going to start getting more regular with my videos. And absolutely. And that's my mother just coming into Lifestyles with Eric. Everybody greet her, Miss Whistler. I appreciate everybody to say hello to Miss Whistler. All right. Love you too, sister. Okay. Looks like it's a family affair tonight. I appreciate everybody coming into Lifestyles. Um, Again, thumbs up the video. Look at my description. It's got my Cash App information. All that goes back into my channel. Don't be cheap. This all goes back into the channel. And, you have to donate to get better quality, everything. Again, it just all goes back to the channel. All right, sister. All right. All right. So again, welcome to Lifestyles. Thanks for coming in. I love you all, and have a good night.